Jay Park stood in the gleaming medical center of Europa Station, his right shoulder throbbing with a persistent ache that had haunted him for weeks. The massive space station, a metallic marvel suspended above Jupiter's icy moon, hummed with the quiet energy of interstellar activity. Soft blue holographic displays flickered around him, showing various medical diagnostics and alien medical charts that looked more like abstract art than medical information. He was a software engineer, not used to physical strain. His latest project, developing communication protocols for deep space exploration, had pushed him to his limits. Hours of coding, days of minimal sleep, and constant mental pressure had transformed his body into a knot of tension and pain. The reception area was unlike any medical facility he had ever visited. Creatures from different planets moved about, some with multiple limbs, others with translucent skin that seemed to change colors with their emotions. A small robotic assistant approached him, its metallic body moving with smooth precision. "Mr. Park," the robot announced in a perfectly modulated voice, "Dr. Kim will see you now. Examination room 7. The door slid open with a soft hiss, revealing a space that was part medical room, part technological marvel. Bright white walls contrasted with sophisticated medical equipment that looked more like advanced scientific instruments than traditional medical tools. Dr. Hannah Kim stood by the examination table. She was not human, but her presence was surprisingly calming. Forearms moved with incredible grace, each limb seemingly independent yet perfectly coordinated. Her skin had a subtle silvery sheen, and her eyes, large and intelligent, seemed to change color with each movement. "Your muscle tension is exceptional," she said, her voice a mixture of professional assessment and genuine curiosity. "Humans continue to surprise me." Jay shifted uncomfortably. He was used to computer systems and coding languages, not medical examinations by a four-armed alien therapist. The room felt both clinical and strangely intimate. Dr. Kim's upper arms held a complex scanning device, while her lower arms gently pressed against Jay's shoulder. Each touch sent strange ripples of sensation through his body, not painful, but certainly not normal. Holographic displays burst to life around them, showing intricate maps of his muscular structure. "Your work involves prolonged mental stress," she observed, not as a question but as a statement. "Humans compress their physical tension in remarkable ways." Jay nodded, feeling slightly vulnerable. He had never considered how his work affected his body until the constant pain became unbearable. The constant coding, the interstellar communication project that demanded perfection, the long hours, they had all taken their toll. The medical room felt like a sanctuary suspended between worlds. Outside the small window, Jupiter's massive form dominated the view, a constant reminder of how far humanity had traveled, how much they had achieved. Dr. Kim's four arms continued their examination. One hand held a quantum resonance device, another checked his pulse, the third manipulated a holographic display, and the fourth remained poised, ready to adjust something at a moment's notice. "Interesting," she muttered, more to herself than to Jay. Human muscular adaptation is truly unique. Jay felt both studied and cared for. This was not just a medical examination, it was an exploration of human potential. The alien therapist saw something in his physical condition that went beyond simple muscle tension. The room's advanced technology hummed softly. Diagnostic machines processed information at speeds impossible for human comprehension. Yet, in this moment of medical investigation, Jay felt a connection, not just to the technology around him, but to the larger universe of possibilities. Dr. Kim looked up, her color-shifting eyes meeting his. "We will help you," she said simply. No elaborate promises, no complex medical jargon, just a straightforward commitment to healing. And in that moment, Jay Park realized his unexpected consultation was about to change everything he understood about his own body, his limitations, and the incredible potential of medical science in this vast, interconnected universe. The treatment room glowed with a soft blue light that seemed to pulse with its own rhythm. Dr. Kim's four arms moved with a precision that defied human understanding. Jay watched, both fascinated and slightly nervous. as strange devices emerged from hidden compartments in the wall. "This will not hurt," she said, her voice calm and matter-of-fact. "But it will feel unusual." The first touch of her lower arms sent an electric-like sensation through Jay's muscles. It was not pain, but something entirely different, like tiny waves of energy dancing beneath his skin. One of her hands held a device that looked like a combination between a medical scanner and a delicate musical instrument. Quantum resonance therapy, Dr. Kim explained, was a technique developed by her species over thousands of years. It was not just about treating muscles, but about understanding the body's entire energy system. Each of her arms performed a different task, one scanning, one applying pressure, one adjusting complex equipment, and one hovering nearby in perfect readiness. Jay's shoulder had been a constant source of pain for months. Endless hours of coding, intense mental focus, and minimal physical movement had turned his muscles into tight, unforgiving knots. Traditional human medicine would have suggested rest, medication, perhaps physical therapy. But this was something entirely different. The device in Dr. Kim's hand began to hum. Not a mechanical hum, but a sound that seemed to resonate with something deep inside Jay's body. He could feel his muscles responding, not relaxing in the traditional sense, but realigning, reconnecting, healing. "Humans are remarkable, Doctor," Kim murmured. "Most species would have broken under such continuous stress. Your body adapts, compresses, survives." Holographic displays around the room showed Jay's muscular structure in intricate detail. Lines of tension appeared as bright red networks, slowly transforming into softer, more flexible blue patterns as the treatment continued. It was like watching a complex map being redrawn in real time. Jay had never considered his body as anything more than a vehicle for his mind. As a software engineer, he lived in the world of code, of digital connections, of infinite possibilities contained within computer systems. But here, under the precise touch of an alien therapist, he was learning a different kind of complexity. The quantum resonance device touched a point near his shoulder blade. Suddenly, memories flooded his mind. Not visual memories, but sensory ones. The stress of his last project, the pressure of deadlines, the constant mental strain, they all seemed to unwind like tight springs suddenly released. Dr. Kim's forearms worked in perfect synchronization. Where human therapists would need to switch tools or reposition, she could perform multiple actions simultaneously. One arm continued the deep tissue manipulation, another monitored his body's response, the third adjusted the quantum device, and the fourth remained prepared for any necessary adjustment. "Your species fascinates me," she said, her color-shifting eyes studying the holographic displays. "You compress stress in ways that would destroy other biological systems. Yet you survive. You adapt." The room felt like a bridge between different scientific understanding. Human medicine met alien technology, creating something entirely new. Jay could feel his body changing, not just healing but learning, adapting to this new form of treatment. Minutes passed, though time seemed to lose meaning in this strange therapeutic space. The constant hum of the device, the precise movements of Dr. Kim's arms, the shifting holographic displays, they all blended into a symphony of healing. When the treatment ended, Jay felt different. It was not just that the pain had reduced. Something fundamental had shifted. His muscles felt more alive, more connected. The constant tension that had been his companion for months seemed to have dissolved. Dr. Kim stepped back, her forearms returning to a neutral position. "Your body is learning," she said, "not just healing, learning." Jay looked at his reflection in the room's smooth wall. For the first time in months, he saw himself not as a tired software engineer, but as something more, a living, adaptive system capable of remarkable transformation. The treatment was over. But something fundamental had just begun. The weeks following Jay's initial treatment became a journey of unexpected discovery. Each session with Dr. Kim revealed more about the complex relationship between human physiology and alien medical understanding. The medical center became more than just a place of healing. It transformed into a bridge between different species' knowledge. Dr. Kim's research focused on understanding adaptability across different biological systems. Humans, she explained, were unique in their ability to withstand extreme conditions. Where other species would break, humans compressed, adjusted, and survived. During one session, she showed Jay a holographic display of comparative species stress responses. Alien biological systems appeared fragile and rigid, while human systems looked like intricate, flexible networks. "You are biological engineers," she said, her forearms gesturing to demonstrate her point. Jay learned about her species' scientific mission. They were explorers of biological potential, traveling across multiple star systems to understand different life forms. Humans fascinated them more than any other species they had encountered. "Your muscles tell stories," Dr. Kim would say, her hands moving across diagnostic displays. "Each tension point is a memory, each knot a record of survival." The treatment went beyond physical healing. Jay discovered that quantum resonance therapy was more than just a medical technique. It was a form of communication. His body was learning a new language, one of adaptive healing and interconnected energy. During breaks between treatments, they would talk. Dr. Kim shared stories about her home planet, a world of massive crystal structures and complex atmospheric conditions. Jay spoke about Earth, about technology, about the human drive to explore and understand. His software engineering background became an unexpected asset. He began to see his body the way he saw complex computer systems, as a network of interconnected processes, each with its own potential for adaptation and growth. The medical center became a place of cultural exchange. Other alien researchers would observe Jay's treatments, fascinated by human resilience. They would discuss how humans managed to survive in conditions that would destroy other biological systems. Dr. Kim's research took an unexpected turn. Jay's body was becoming a case study in human adaptability. Each treatment revealed more about the extraordinary potential of human physiology. His muscle structure, his ability to compress and release stress, became a subject of intense scientific interest. "Humans are not just survivors," she would explain to her colleagues. "They are living proof of biological innovation." The quantum resonance treatments began to change more than just Jay's physical condition. He started to see his body differently, not as a limitation, but as a complex adaptive system. The constant muscle tension that had defined his previous existence began to transform. Sometimes during treatment, strange memories would surface. Not memories of events, but sensations, the stress of coding, the pressure of deadlines, the constant mental strain that had compressed within his muscles. The treatments helped him process these not as burdens, but as experiences of survival. Dr. Kim's forearms would work simultaneously, scanning, healing, understanding. One arm would track his physiological responses, another would apply quantum resonance energy, the third would adjust complex medical equipment, and the fourth would remain ready for any necessary intervention. "Your species continues to surprise us," she would say, her color-shifting eyes studying the intricate holographic displays of his body's responses. Jay realized this was more than medical treatment. It was a cultural exchange, a meeting of different understandings of biological potential. His body was becoming a bridge between human experience and alien scientific exploration. As weeks passed, the constant pain that had defined his previous existence began to dissolve. But something more profound was happening. He was learning to understand his body not as a machine to be fixed, but as a living, adaptive system with incredible potential. The medical center, suspended above Jupiter's icy moon, became a place of transformation. Each treatment session was a journey of discovery, not just about healing, but about the extraordinary potential of human adaptation. Dr. Kim would often remind him, "You are not just healing. You are learning a new way of existing." And in those moments, Jay understood that this was true in ways he was only beginning to comprehend. The first warning came as a soft beep that quickly transformed into a piercing alarm. Europa Station's medical center erupted into sudden chaos. Jay watched as Dr. Kim's forearms moved with impossible speed, each limb performing a different critical task. Something was happening to the station's inhabitants. Patients from different planets began showing strange symptoms. Some species' skin started to change color, while others experienced rapid cellular shifts that defied medical understanding. Dr. Kim's color-shifting eyes scanned the room quickly. "Multi-system contamination," she muttered, her voice calm despite the growing emergency. Jay could see the complex medical displays flickering with warning signals, red and orange warnings spreading like a digital wildfire. One of the alien patients, a crystalline being from the outer rim colonies, began to fracture. Its body, usually smooth and reflective, was breaking down into sharp, dangerous fragments. Other patients showed similar signs of rapid biological breakdown. Jay's software engineering skills suddenly became more than just a professional background. He moved to the nearest computer terminal, his fingers flying across holographic interfaces. Years of coding complex communication systems had prepared him for moments of high-stress problem-solving. "I need data access," he called to Dr. Kim. She nodded, her additional arms already managing multiple medical devices. One arm held a quantum resonance stabilizer, another monitored patient vital signs, the third accessed station-wide medical databases, and the fourth remained ready for any unexpected intervention. The medical center transformed into a battlefield of survival. Each second counted. Jay began routing critical information through backup systems, creating emergency communication channels faster than the station's primary computer could process. Dr. Kim's research on human physiological potential became their most critical asset. Jay's ability to compress information, to find quick solutions under extreme stress, proved to be a lifeline for multiple species fighting an unknown medical threat. "Interdimensional cellular interference," Dr. Kim explained quickly, her voice cutting through the alarm sounds. "The station's recent quantum navigation has caused unexpected biological reactions." Jay understood immediately. His experience with complex communication systems gave him insights into how different biological networks might interact. He began creating adaptive algorithms that could track the spreading contamination. The station's population represented dozens of different species. Each one responded differently to the growing medical crisis. Some began to crystallize, others showed signs of rapid cellular mutation. Dr. Kim's 4 arms worked like a complex medical machine, addressing multiple patients simultaneously. Holographic. Displays showed the spread of the unknown condition. It moved like a digital virus, jumping between different biological systems with terrifying speed. Jay realized this was more than just a medical emergency. This was a challenge to understanding life itself. His muscles, once tight and painful, now moved with precise, controlled energy. The quantum resonance treatments had transformed more than just his physical condition. They had prepared him for moments of extreme challenge. Dr. Kim looked at Jay with a mixture of professional respect and genuine surprise. Humans were supposed to be fragile, limited. Yet here was a software engineer becoming a critical part of an interstellar medical response. The station's systems began to stabilize, but the danger was far from over. Each of Dr. Kim's arms performed a different critical function, stabilizing patients, analyzing medical data, managing complex medical equipment, creating emergency response protocols. Jay's fingers continued to move across the interfaces. He was creating adaptive algorithms faster than any single computer could process. His understanding of complex systems became a weapon against the spreading medical threat. Hours passed like minutes. The emergency response became a dance of survival, with Jay and Dr. Kim moving in perfect synchronization. His software skills and her medical expertise created a lifeline for multiple species fighting an unknown biological threat. As the crisis began to resolve, something unexpected happened. The medical emergency revealed more about interspecies cooperation than any previous research had discovered. Jay's human adaptability, combined with Dr. Kim's advanced alien medical techniques, had created something entirely new. The alarm sounds began to fade. The station's medical system slowly returned to normal. But nothing would be the same again. They had faced an impossible challenge, and survived. Dr. Kim looked at Jay, her forearms finally coming to rest. "Humans," she said quietly, "are remarkable." The crisis was over. But a new understanding had just begun. The emergency alarm shattered the calm of Europa Station like broken glass. Red warning lights pulsed through the medical center, casting harsh shadows across the sophisticated equipment. Dr. Kim's forearms moved with lightning speed, each limb performing a different critical task. Jay Park stood frozen for just a moment before his training kicked in. Software engineers were problem solvers, and right now, the station needed every quick mind available. Multiple species were experiencing a sudden physiological breakdown, something that threatened the entire multicultural population of the space station. Dr. Kim's color-shifting eyes locked with Jay's. No words were needed. He understood his role immediately. Her upper arms continued stabilizing critical patients, while her lower arms began accessing complex medical databases. Jay's fingers flew across holographic interfaces, routing critical information faster than any single system could process. The medical center transformed into a battlefield of survival. Alien patients from different planets displayed varying symptoms, some with skin turning crystalline, others experiencing rapid cellular deterioration. Dr. Kim's quantum resonance techniques became the primary defense against the unknown threat. "Data. Transfer," she called out, her voice calm despite the chaos. Jay understood instantly. He began routing medical information through multiple secure channels, creating backup systems faster than the station's primary computer could manage. Humans had always been adaptable. Now Jay proved it in the most critical moment possible. His ability to compress information, to find quick solutions, became their greatest weapon against the spreading medical crisis. Each line of code he wrote created a new pathway of survival. Dr. Kim's research on human physiological potential suddenly became more than an academic study. Jay's unique ability to process complex information under extreme stress became a crucial survival strategy. His muscles, once tight and painful, now moved with precise, controlled energy. The station's medical systems began to stabilize. Dr. Kim's forearms worked like a complex machine, each movement calculated and perfect. One arm managed patient stabilization, another monitored critical systems, the third processed medical data, and the fourth remained ready for any unexpected intervention. Jay realized this was more than just a medical emergency. This was a moment of interspecies cooperation, a testament to the potential of different biological systems working together. His human adaptability, combined with Dr. Kim's advanced alien medical techniques, created something entirely new. Hours passed like minutes. The emergency response became a dance of survival, with Jay and Dr. Kim moving in perfect synchronization. His software skills and her medical expertise created a lifeline for multiple species. As the crisis began to resolve, Dr. Kim looked at Jay with a mixture of professional respect and genuine admiration. "Humans," she said quietly, "are remarkable." The research documentation would later show something extraordinary. Jay's involvement had not just helped manage the crisis. His unique physiological and mental approach had provided breakthrough insights into multi-species medical response. Dr. Kim's report would become a landmark study in interstellar medical research. It detailed how human adaptability could be a critical factor in complex medical emergencies. Jay's body and mind had become a bridge between different biological understanding. When the final reports were compiled, something unexpected emerged. The medical crisis had been more than a threat. It was an opportunity for understanding. Dr. Kim's research on human potential would change how different species viewed biological adaptation. Jay's muscle tension, the very problem that had brought him to the medical center months ago, now seemed like a distant memory. He had transformed from a stressed software engineer to a critical component of an interstellar medical breakthrough. As the station returned to normal, Jay looked out at the massive form of Jupiter filling the window. The planet seemed to symbolize the vast potential of exploration, of understanding, of survival. Dr. Kim approached him, her forearms moving with their usual grace. Your species, she said, never stops surprising us. Jay smiled. He understood now that being human was about more than survival. It was about adaptation, about finding solutions where others saw only problems. The medical center, suspended above Jupiter's moon, had become more than a place of healing. It had become a testament to human potential. The crisis was over. But something remarkable had just begun.